Was Shedeur Sanders wrong to blame Coach Prime for the hate that he gets? Man, y'all, let's get into this thing right now. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you, man. Welcome back to the channel, man. Is Shedeur Sanders wrong to throw DEION Sanders under the bus about the hate he receives online? Now, guys, I know that's a little bit of a long title. And guys, it pained me to make this video because y'all know I'm a Shedeur fan. Y'all know I'm a Coach Prime fan. You can click on my DEION Sanders playlist on this channel and watch the amount of videos I have on DEION Sanders. I hope DEION Sanders makes it to the college football playoff. All this kind of stuff, and also I'm a fan of Shedeur. And I'm gonna share this article that got sent to me. And I wasn't gonna do a video about Shedeur because, like I said, my last video is I thought Shedeur has been the perfect NFL rookie. I think he's handled the NFL draft decline with grace and all this kind of stuff. And then I realized that, man, I saw this article and I said, once again, is Shedeur showing why he dropped in the draft? And I know a lot of y'all gonna get down and say it's racism, it's collusion. I get everybody thinks that. But when I saw this article, and if you guys go back and watch the video that I made a few weeks back, right after the NFL draft, right after day one of the NFL draft, I think it's called "The Well-Off Media Just Exposed the Reason Why People didn't want to draft Shedeur." And again, guys, let me repeat, for all of you guys who think this is personal, I thought Shedeur Sanders should have been the number one draft pick. I thought Shedeur Sanders was heads and tails above Cam Ward. Go back and look. I got a video and the thumbnail says 2 versus 1. I'm standing 10 toes down like Mel Kiper, and I still think that today. I'm not changing that. But guys, one of the things that Shedeur did that I think he's got to be careful in these interviews, and I get that he's trying to keep it real and that kind of thing. But the number one problem that Shedeur has is that he was talking, and he said that the reason he gets hate, 99% of the reason he gets hate is because of who his dad is. And guys, I had to come on and do a video because this is where Shedeur's missing it. The only reason we care about you is who your dad is. Take away your dad and who's giving you the opportunity, right? You came out of high school, right? I think you were number 14 quarterback. I want to say a little over number 200 overall. You had committed to FAU, but you were going to go to Florida State because Willie Taggart was a coach. Willie Taggart gets fired. Now you go to FAU. You commit there, I should say. Well, now DEION gets the job at Jackson State. Who brings you to Jackson State builds the program around you. Who do we all know and love? Us old people, right? Us old people online that he's talking about. The only people who's going to bat for him is not these young people who holding up the watch. The only people who are emotional and going to bat for Shedeur Sanders is the people who adore his dad, who grew up watching his dad, who where prime time meant something. We watched it in real time. And he said the hate that he gets online is from older people that hate his dad. And that's what I had to let Shedeur know. Okay. I want to read this article before we get deeper into this. So y'all follow me over here to the New York Post. And I wanted y'all to see this before I give you my real take on it. All right. Here we go, guys. Let me get out of this real fast. Sorry about those pop-ups. Here's what we got, guys. Shedeur Sanders knows who is 99% to blame for his online hate around him. Dislike father, dislike son. The mystery of how and why quarterback Shedeur Sanders failed to the Browns in the 5th round of the NFL draft might never be completely solved, but Sanders has his own idea as to why he seems to have so many critics before throwing his first pro pass. It's not because he's brash or arrogant. It's because of his father. Hall of Fame uh, turned NFL Network analyst turned Colorado football coach DEION Sanders was those things, even as he backed it up as arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. And that's why Shedeur prefers to be around kids who form their own opinions of him and don't remember his father. Guys, 99% of the hatred directed toward me is toward Pops, Sanders said recently while talking to children at an Ohio school, according to Cleveland.com. And then I'm just his son. But the kids didn't grow up in an era to where they watched him play. It's just the older generation that does it to me rather than the younger people. Because when I come in person, there's no negativity I see, but it's all over online. The Giants were the team that spent the most pre-draft time with Sanders. Members of the front office deemed him worthy of a first-round pick, but General Manager Joe Schoen and head coach Brian Dable pivoted to Jackson Dart in the days leading up to the draft. Deion Sanders said there were a lot of lies spread about his son before the draft that led to his fall. Shedeur is competing with Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, and fellow rookie Dylan Gabriel in Browns camp, but he is planning to be visible in the Cleveland community. He said, that's why I like going to schools in person and actually meeting kids. And any questions they have, I say, just ask me whatever question you want. Pick any question, no filter, no anything. That's what they say. And then I just answer whatever they need me to answer. Guys, I was so disappointed. Now, I know there are some snakes in the Cleveland media up there, and this article shouldn't have even been written. But I wanted you guys to see, man, this is the problem with Shedeur Sanders. This is the problem with Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur, the reason people hate you online have nothing to do with your father. Your father is the only reason people like you, right? Let me tell y'all, I'm down here in Tampa Bay. Y'all should see the love Shiloh getting down here. Y'all should see the love Shiloh getting down here. Now, granted, Shiloh wasn't predicted to be the first pick. Shiloh is that blue-collar child, that one who's going to go and get it out the mud and that kind of thing. Y'all should hear the adoration people. Everybody's hoping to find Shiloh somewhere in Tampa. Go in any barbershop, they're talking about Shiloh. Go anywhere, they talking about Shiloh. Got everybody, this man down here running in Tampa, becoming a part of the community. And not to say Shedeur is not. But guys, I got to help Shedeur learn this. The only people defending him are the people who defended his father. Colorado is Colorado today because of his father. Okay? All those celebrities, all those NFL players came because of your father. All the jewelry, all the swag you got, if you take your father away, how much longer would it have taken you to achieve this? Without your father building that system around you, Shedeur, they don't hate you because Deion is your son. They hate you because they don't believe you're as good as your father. They hate you because you've been given a platform that most people don't get. They hate the flash. They don't hate you. Deion was flash and substance. And you know what, Shedeur? If I had to give you some advice, your dad is in Orlando a lot. I got business over in Orlando. And Deion has been over in Orlando at the convention center preaching for corporate entities. Not preaching, but being guest speakers when people have their sales meetings or marketing meetings in Orlando. Do y'all see how business-minded Deion can be too? And I think one of the things that's disappointing with Shedeur said, I'm going to go to these kids because these people over here online hate me because of my father. No, they love you because of your father. But whom people love, they correct, right? Your dad is a big scripture guy. Ask him about that. Whom I love, I correct. And people just want to see you dominate the administrative process like you dominating the on-field process. People don't care about the jewelry and the money and the cars, but don't forget this other stuff you got to do. That's why people hate you. You don't throw your dad under the bus. Your dad is not the reason you didn't get drafted in the 5th round. If people watch well-off media, your dad has stayed on message, has stayed on task. And even when y'all went 4 and something the first year, when the wheels started falling off, he never changed. What did he say? Y'all better get me while I'm here right now, because I ain't gonna never be this low again. And then we watched him systemically bring people in, bring people around him. And Shedeur, you got to understand, it's not your dad's problem why people hate you. Don't do another argument. Don't do another interview where you blame your dad. The father is the only reason we know you. The father is the only reason we care. And guess what? Deion is one of the top paid coaches now. He chose not to leave Colorado to come coach in the NFL to draft you so you can stand on your own. You fall into the 5th round. I don't think Cleveland Cavaliers are the right team for you, but you're going to have a chance to be QB1. And if you keep distancing yourself from your father, you're going to lose the protection that got you to where you were. Do not discount your father. There's nothing wrong with fatherhood. And in the Black community, we got to get better about this. Stay connected to your father as long as you can. Your father is the reason your blessing even started. It's not that you won't stand on your own, but man, don't disconnect, don't create no divide by saying that. Because these kids that you're talking about you going to talk to, at the end of the day, if you don't start performing like your daddy performed and still have that flash, you ain't gonna have those opportunities to talk to these kids. Go sit down and listen to your dad come over here and talk at the Orange County Convention Center, at some of these marketing places he talking for. And I watch how he can talk business, talk leadership, talk all that stuff, and still have that swag, that prime time swag, right? We watching him on Tubi. We watching every time I turn on a commercial, Aflac, California almonds, all these things. His shoes selling out. His shoes sell. How are you gonna blame? People love DEION, Shedeur. They hate you because you're not doing what your father did, which was do what you got to do in the process so that you can dominate over here. You guys get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, man. Is Jeff crazy or is Jeff on to something? Am I overreacting to what Shedeur said? Is this just a plant from somebody who hating on Shedeur in the Cleveland media and I'm overreacting? Let me know, man. If y'all tell me, because y'all know I wanted Shedeur to be number one draft pick. I thought DEION should have been the highest paid player. But to blame DEION instead of blaming yourself, that's a problem. Because DEION blames himself and then he changes. Shedeur has to do the same thing. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, man. If you hadn't already, mashed that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. And until next time.